Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a partridge in a pear tree Christmas ornament. And this was one of 12 that I did a few years ago when I had Ornament Academy. Um, Towards the end of Ornament Academy, I wasn't feeling very well, so I kind of went downhill in the way my ornaments looked. But I think this first one is okay, so I think we're going to make that. And maybe I'll just upgrade a little bit as we go along, in the series. So I will be doing all 12, but it'll probably be in the course of the year. So let's get started. Now I just cut out around, around, and my cookie cutter is 2¼ inches in diameter. You can use smaller or larger. And my sheet is about a 1/4 inch thick, the round that I cut out. And you don't need to make it really too thick, but you don't want to go any thinner than the 1/4 inch because you're going to have to put the hook in the top. And I may have even you may even want to make it a little bit thicker. So we're going to start by doing the branches of the pear tree. I never researched about if partridges actually go into pear trees because I didn't think they went in trees, but maybe they do. I don't know. And so we're going to just kind of put it around the bottom, kind of like a U. And we're going to take the needle tool. Well, I was going to take the needle tool, but we're going to do some branches off of it first. And then we're going to use the needle tool to texture the bark. And we just texture the bark by putting some lines into it. You'll see how I do it. I think I've done it before. And I made all of these ornaments that I made for the 12 days of Christmas. I made them all white and just added a little pink blush here and there. Now, if you're going to use white, um, do not use the original Sculpey white. It gets too brittle. I use Sculpey 3, but you can also use Primo or Fimo, whatever you want to use. So I hope you're all doing well in the pandemic. Hopefully this video will be around for 100 years and they'll be going, wow, she was in the pandemic. Well, that's kind of silly of me, but a little bit of history going on in the world right now. A little bit, well, a lot of history going on, and I hope you're all doing well. So far, knock on wood, everybody in my family is good. Now, what I'm doing here, I shouldn't have been talking. I should have been telling you what to do, but you can see. We just roll this out and shape it into the body of the partridge. And now the top part, that's going to be the head, as you can see. And we're going to press it on. And I just want to say here that we do have a Facebook group for the Simply Ornaments. Now here we are texturing the bark. And I have to say, some of the pictures you've put in there, you're doing better than I am, which makes me very happy. But be sure to come over, join the Facebook group. It's Simply Ornaments Video, Polymer Clay Video Tutorials. I can never get my own name right, my group name right. So now we're just texturing. Yes, we're just going to do the legs, and the talons are going to be hidden, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Now, do they call them talons on every bird? I don't know. May have to look that up. I guess what else would you call them? Claws? No. Well, I did research what a partridge looks like. Just going to roll out some tail pieces. And you know, with all the ornaments, you can use the design as a base and just make it better. I love it when you make it better. Make it your own because it's simply ornaments. So these are ornaments that are easy and simple to make. But if you want to make it really fancy, go for it, please. Now this one I never had at the craft shows to sell, so I can't tell you how this one would sell. But it may sell well, you know, if you just do the partridge in the pear tree. You don't have to do the whole series. Now I'm just texturing the body with some stripes because like I said, I researched what a partridge looks like, so kind of tried to make it look like a partridge, which of course is the point of a partridge in a pear tree. Now I'm using the straw and I'm squeezing it to make the little feather effect. You can use a straw for so much. There you are, a little bit of a close up. I'm kind of watching along with you because I think I did this 2 years ago. Okay, cough, pollen. Still have that pollen out there. Now I am recording this on April the 6th, 2020. The video itself was made about 2 years ago. And here I'm making a big teardrop shape and I'm flattening it slightly. And that is going to be the wing. And just kind of before you press it on, make sure it's not too big or too small. And we're going to texture the wing. Now this is a little more work, but you know, I like the way it came out, and I have a feeling some of you are going to make it look even better, which will be great. It's going to be his little beak, and we're not going to do anything fancy, just put the beak on. And the thing with this ornament is you don't have to paint anything on afterwards. Once it's baked, it's ready to go. And we're just going to make a little hole for his eye. I mean, you can paint on the eye, but I would just do the hole. Now, before we continue, we're going to put in the paper clip. And while we're doing that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. You see, I should have made it a little bit thicker, and I squished it when I put it in. If I had made the original round base a little bit thicker, it would not have been that hard. So I'm just going to add a little bit of clay to it because I want it to be round. I don't want it to have that dip right there. I guess I could have cut this out, but I just want to show you that if you make a mistake or something happens, you can fix it. There we go. And I know many of you are probably staying at home. Stores are closed. And I just want to say if you can't go out and get clay, if you have some super sculpey or clay that's one color, use it to practice. I'm doing the little plume on his head, or plumes. Plume, I guess that's what it's called. Gosh, I need to go back to school and learn all this stuff. Oh, I'm a little old for that. So it's just a teardrop shape, and we're going to put the pointy end down on his head. But as I was saying, if you're running out of clay, but say you have super sculpey or some one color of clay, just practice doing stuff and take pictures of what you make, and then squish your clay up and do something else. Reuse the clay to practice with it, because practice is very important. The more you practice, the better you get. And if you can't get clay, just use it over and practice, practice. So there we have the plume. Now I put a heart at the bottom, as you probably saw in the original picture. It's two hearts. You can make if you don't have a cookie cutter, this is how you can make your heart. And it's just two big teardrop shapes and put them together. And then just smooth out where the seam is, smooth it out. I prefer to use a cookie cutter, but of course, I'm one of those people who collects cookie cutters and hardly ever uses them for anything. I just like them. So I have a lot of heart cookie cutters in all shapes and sizes. So I did use a cookie cutter. but you can make your own heart if you do not have a cutter. So I must be off to get my cookie cutter at this point. So I'll just talk to you a little bit. So I've got the little doggy in here with me. He's being very good. He's sleeping. It's a very warm day outside. Oh, look at that. Through the magic of editing, I could have done that a little quicker, huh? So I cut out my cookie cutter. See, I like nice crisp edges for this. And I'm texturing his legs, make him look feathery. This was back in the days where I was just learning how to do videos. Now I'm going to make another heart to go on top of that heart. And this is where I'm going to put the number. So the number 1 will go here. I wonder if I know what I'm doing because that looks the same size as that other heart. I guess I like that heart better, even though it looks the same. Or my eyes are deceiving me. Yeah, my eyes are getting worse. I just want to let you all know. And I had an eye doctor appointment, and she switched me to June. They weren't taking any appointments in March, and I waited almost a year for that appointment. And I got these bad eyes. I need a cornea transplant, and I feel like my eyes are getting worse. So to me, if I see if it looks blurry to me, then I don't know if it's me or if it's the video. Okay, so I made that a little bigger than it actually came out of the cookie cutter, and then the other heart will go on top of that. Aha! Now, if you don't have any liquid clay to bond the hearts, just make sure you press it on. But when you press the top heart onto the bottom one, try to press gently so you don't distort it. And you can even leave it like that. You don't have to put the second heart on. You could even leave it with just one. And like I said, that's where your number goes. The number 1 will go there. And I don't have a picture of it with the numbers on it. I think I do have a picture of a smaller one that I put some color on, which was when I was designing it. When I come up with an idea, I kind of work it with the clay and try to get what I want. And I think I have a picture of the smaller one at the end that I did. And I also did this in colors, and I think I may have a picture of that in the specials video. And we're going to make some teardrop shapes for the leaves, and we're going to put them on the branches. Hopefully, I will not make you watch me making all the little leaves. But like I said, I made this a few years ago, and I may not have edited that out. So I'll just keep talking to you. Um, like I said, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying home, out of harm's way. Um, this pandemic is so, I don't know, just so scary. But we'll get through it. I feel so bad for all the people who have lost their lives. It's just awful. But this is awful that I'm making you watch me make all of these. Wow. Now you can skip through that part if you want to. Now we're going to attach them. Just randomly put them wherever you want, where you think they look okay. And then afterwards, we're going to put the pears on. Again, why would a partridge be in a pear tree? Is it just because it's partridge starts with a P and pear starts with a P? Did I say in a peach tree? I don't know. No, I said pear. Oh gosh, maybe I'm getting this cabin fever from being in the house. I do go out and drive the young people, or I should say my brother's granddaughter, who does not have a license. I drive her to the store, but I do not go in, and I park way at the end of the parking lot away from people. And I have made her wear a mask and gloves. And but that's the only place I go. I did go to my house the other day. Yeah, over the weekend, I went up to my house out in the country. It was so quiet up there, and the air felt so good. And there's like, it's 40 acres, and all around us, behind us, there's national forest, so there's nothing there. Oh, it's so nice. There's lots of leaves, and then we're going to texture the leaves. Yeah, this is a bit of work. So I went up to my house, and as you know, my younger brother, lives there, and he put his Harley Davidson chopper in the living room so nobody would steal it because it's not running right now. But anyway, my parents passed away 10 years ago, and you probably know this. But my father had a cat, a feral cat, who really didn't go near anybody. And she was 10 years old when my parents passed away. And that cat is still alive, and she loves my brother, who has always hated cats. And when I went up there, he had made like a little cat patio for her in front of the house. And she was just lying under there in the shade. And I thought, oh, this is too funny. She has won him over, and he actually gave her a name. She has four white paws. So, of course, he calls her Socks. And she answers to the name. And she's very friendly now. He's worked wonders with her, I must say. Yeah, this is a little time consuming doing all those leaves. And can you believe the price of gas? So I filled up the tank and I paid $1.53 a gallon. Wow, that was cheap. and I have a gas guzzler car, but my car had a flat tire, so I took my brother's car. Now, I have a 21-year-old Cadillac DeVille. Didn't pay much money for it. It hardly had any miles on it. Great car. But I had a flat tire, so I took my brother's 21-year-old Mercedes station wagon, and this car looks like it's ready for the junk pile. So I took that to go up to my house, and that thing just gets the best gas mileage. I mean, it barely used any gas, and it's like the round trip, it's about 80 miles. It's like 40 miles to my house and 40 miles back. He gets about double the gas mileage than my car does, maybe even more. His car has always been good on gas, and it has over 300,000 miles on it. Just amazing. Yeah, two old cars for two old geezers. But I like my old car. Wow, and I didn't have to make you watch all that either. Gosh, I have to be more careful how I edit. So the next thing I believe we're going to do is we are going to put on the pears. And maybe I should just stop here and edit some of this out. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I might do that. See you in a bit. So I did edit that out. I did stop, but I couldn't edit out because I don't know how to edit the narration. I don't know how to do that. So we are here and we are making our pears. And look at that. I'm making you watch them all again. And we're going to attach them with a little drop of the liquid clay. And like I said, if you don't have the liquid clay, just gently press them on. But make sure they're attached. Oh, now I've got the hiccups. I'm sorry. And just put them wherever you think they're going to look good. I don't know if you can hear the traffic outside, but there's still quite a bit of traffic out there, which those people should be staying home. I don't know. As of today, um, South Carolina, which is where I am, is one of the few states that does not have a stay at home order. And I really wish they would. But we're doing our part. I did have to go up to my house in the next county to get my mail. So I have to do that every once in a while. My brother will call me and say if I have important mail, if I have something that looks important. And what I had was the census, so I have to do the census and have to do that online. That was about it. I most of my stuff I do online. I don't really do through mail anymore. And there I have 5 pears. And I like to go by that odd number rule. Don't put even numbers on. I don't know. It does look better. But he's pretty much done, except for the blush. And now you don't have to put the blush on, but I did add a little bit of blush to his cheeks, very lightly. Don't make it too bright, or just very lightly. Just a little teeny bit. A little bit on the pears. I'm trying to do voiceovers for 3 videos today. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I will. What else am I going to do? Well, I could do laundry, clean the house, bake some bread. I still haven't baked bread. I need to do that. I'm going to maybe give that a shot tomorrow, not today. You know, I never did decide what font I wanted to use. Um, yeah, I didn't like making the number in clay. I mean, you can if you want to. I was not too crazy about it. Of course, you guys are so good, you could probably do it better than me. But I never did get around to putting the numbers on. Now I'm wondering why. I was going to put these on like a gray weathered board, like for a country farmhouse. And I got the board, but I never got around to doing it. I guess life just happened. And there's our partridge in a pear tree. And I don't know if I'm going to show you the other one. Hmm, don't know. Let's see. Well, I guess I should have done this a little better. I do apologize for the bad editing. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you the smaller one. This was the very first one I ever made, and I did put some color on it. So, and see, it's much, much smaller. I did put a number, not happy with that number. And wow, that's it. The next one, what's the second one? I don't know what the second one is, but we'll get to it. See you next time. Bye.